I love color because it's fun and it's exciting. There's so much you can do with color. It's very inspiring to me, and I think people come alive with color when they wear color. And when I see color on the fabrics and as it moves in the wind and in the sunlights, it's very inspiring and it brings out passion and fun for me. When I came down to Florida in 2002, my color just popped. It came alive. With the sunsets and the ocean and the beautiful colors around me, you really are proof that you become what surrounds you, and the color here did that to me for sure.
To me, it's the color, it's the verve, it's the fact that I think she is in a line with artists/designers like Elsa Schiaparelli, who are, to me, some of the most creative of women artists and fashion designers. She has that sense of history, and she has a sense of haute couture, and yet she makes wearable art. She painted first, as I understand, but had always an interest in making clothing. And then one day she put them together, and that essentially launched her on a career that has put her on runways all over the country.
I started sewing at a young age of 9 years old. My mom would she got out a box of fabric and dresses and said, "Helen, go ahead, make whatever you'd like." So I did. So I had a lot of fun experimenting and making things for myself. So I grew up in a big family in central Minnesota with 8 siblings in a little town of 400 people called Uppsala. So from there, I went to St. Cloud, thought I'd get into advertising and marketing, but I didn't. I moved on and went to Minneapolis. People again liked what I wore, and I thought, well, I'm going to do a big fashion show. So I put together 60 pieces in 2 months. After the show, I was like, boy, this is what I really want to get into. So I did several more shows, and then I decided, I'm going to move to Manhattan. So I moved to Manhattan on $100 and packed up everything and moved in with a model friend of mine, and I worked in the garment industry. I worked in the garment district for several years, and I loved it. And I got to really know the industry inside and out and thought, this is exciting, but it's a very competitive business. I moved back to Minneapolis in 1984. So in the 90s, I decided to do the New York Pret, which is a big trade show at the Jacob Javits Center, which is on East Side. And it's like a lot of vendors there, and there's fashion shows. It's the hustle, bustle, and where people buy things wholesale and get things manufactured and sell to department stores and boutiques. I went there and we set up our booth, and it was kind of slow for a couple days, but I remembered before I got to the show, I made this really cool gold lame parka jacket, which was kind of a diamond quilt gold lame and had a hood, and it was kind of a trendy jacket. So I thought, I'm going to throw this into the trade show and show it in my booth. Well, sure enough, it wasn't long. A lady walked by and said, "I love this jacket. I got to hit you up with the buyer at Dayton Hudson, Marshall Fields." And I said, "I'll definitely call." She goes, "Give her a call when you get back to Minnesota," because that's where they were based out of. So I gave them a call, and they took a big order. And in fact, Nordstrom's bought, and hundreds of boutiques throughout the United States. So then eventually after that, I had another company that I worked with. It was called Tundra Wear, and we did a lot of Berber fleece and a lot of outerwear, Minnesota northern things. But I did this idea with a backpack jacket. You just put your hand on the pouch on the inside and you turn it inside out and it turns into a backpack. Well, I had a patent pending on it and did several orders, but lo and behold, I got an order from DreamWorks to do a promotion for a movie for small soldiers. So they bought like 1,000 jackets and used it for a promotion. So that was really a cool, fun thing. I moved to Florida in 2002. You know, as I said before, Florida's colors opened up a great creativity and inspiration for my wearables and my art. Currently, I have an art studio in the Artisans Atelier, which is in downtown Punta Gorda. I love being there. It's a very creative space. This is where I work and showcase and work on my inspirational pieces. One of my dreams came true in 2017 when I was offered to do 2 dresses for the Cannes Film Fest. So 2 of my dresses were worn on the red carpet. I know there's many criticisms of the fashion industry, the waste of resources from creating false demand, not being socially aware. I combat that waste of resources by offering limited pieces and one-of-a-kind or custom-made dresses. Like a lot of people that are creative, they're artists, musicians, designers, filmmakers, writers. I know that we're all in the same boat. And we are up against big companies that have a lot, deep pockets. I'm really happy with what I do. I love what I do, and I love it when I see people wearing my designs and seeing my art on their walls, and they just love it. So it keeps me going, and I hope to inspire others too.